Last week, we showed you a story about a man who lost his family home to wildfires. It was shot entirely in virtual reality. We call it CBS News Bay Area in 360, a dynamic way of telling stories that takes you, the viewer, into our reporting. Well, today our Itay Hod has the second installment of this exciting new project. We'll talk about how to watch it in 3D in just a bit, but first, here's the story of a young man living with autism who's found hope on the slopes.
24-year-old Connor Ford can't always express how he feels. Diagnosed with severe autism, he has a limited vocabulary.
Good, there you go, turn those feet.
But put him on a pair of skis, and there is no need for words.
He will exhaust his instructors where they're like, Connor, can we take a break? And he's like just charging, he just wants to keep going.
His mother, LaDonna, says the moment Connor even sees snow, something inside him just clicks.
You can tell he feels it. He feels so confident. He's on the skis, he looks typical because he's skiing with his buddy. It is a dream come true.
It's all the more remarkable considering where he started. When he was just 3 years old, LaDonna had a sinking feeling that something wasn't right. Doctors told her Connor was on the autism spectrum and would likely need round-the-clock assistance.
I can't even tell you how devastating a diagnosis like that is. I've got this smart, sweet kid, and they're telling me he's just basically going to sit around and do nothing all day for the rest of his life.
Then she heard about adaptive skiing and decided to give it a try.
I was terrified he'd have a tantrum at the top of the slope and I'd have to go get him and they wouldn't let us come back.
But instead, something else happened. Connor turned out to be a natural.
15 minutes later, he's skiing down the mountain with his instructor and he's smiling. It was amazing.
So you're watching this, and what's going through your mind?
I'm so happy I could burst.
His instructor, Michael Hunter, says the change in Connor was immediate.
He definitely has a different energy when he gets on skis. He's in his own world. He's kind of looking around. He's taking in everything, but he continues when I bring his attention back here. He's focused on me. He's grinning.
Connor is one of 500 students at Lake Tahoe, a ski school specifically dedicated to people with cognitive and physical challenges.
Simply being in nature, being on the mountain, enjoying the snow and the beautiful skies around us and the happiness that it brings out in people.
Adaptive skiing is just like regular skiing, except it uses specialized equipment and training to allow people with disabilities to experience the sport. It started out mostly for the physically challenged, but in recent years it's expanded to include a broader spectrum of disabilities.
In our adaptive school, we see what people can do, and we believe that everybody coming through the door, as long as they have a desire to do it, they can get it done. Here we go.
Connor is one of the school's biggest success stories. As he effortlessly glides down the slopes, you can't tell him apart from other skiers, and that's exactly the point. Has it changed him?
It has, it really has. He's more confident now. He can do things other people can't do. I take videos and I show it to his teachers, and they're amazed that the kid that they see in the classroom is doing such a difficult sport. And they look at him in a different light.
It's not just his teachers. LaDonna says it's changed how she looks at him, too.
I've always been told that Connor can't do things. He can't write his name, he can't brush his teeth, he can't. And then I watch him ski down these mountains independently. And he has a grin on his face and he's having such fun.
And for LaDonna and Connor, for whom life is an uphill battle, that's just the lift they need.
Such an incredible story, and just it's amazing to see stories like that of this hope and the achievements that he has. So Itay Hod, tell us about what it was like to shoot this, and actually we get to see it in
Yeah.
3D too.
Put it on right
Put
now,
these
so
on.
people are going to see exactly what you're seeing. It's got live streaming to this monitor behind us. I'm going to
Gonna
hand
hand me
you
these.
controls.
Okay.
And you can start looking around. So basically, last week we went to a magic forest. This week we thought we'd take you to Tahoe to see what it's like to ski, but in a way that you've never seen it before. You're not actually watching it. You're inside the story. We actually put some of those cameras on the helmets of the skiers so you can really get that feel when you're going down the slopes. It's a whole different way of telling stories, essentially.
So this is really an experience too where we get to feel what Connor felt too.
Yes, you can feel it, and it takes a couple of seconds to get used to it, but once you get used to it, and you can look around right now, if you look up, you'll see the sky. I mean, it really gives you the feeling of what it was like that day at Lake Tahoe.
I just need to feel the chill now of all the snow there. Wow, I really do feel like I am right there with everyone with this experience. Is there going to be a point where we're going to be going down the slopes?
Yes, so we
Okay.
actually put some of those cameras on the helmets of CJ, one of our
Amazing.
photographers, who's incredible, and he's an actual skier. I can't ski, so but you really get that
Oh, wow.
feeling of going down those slopes. When we're on the gondolas, you can take in those breathtaking views. You see the lake. I mean, we looked for stories where there's heart to the story. This is a great story about a young man, but also that experiential part of it. So it's a combination of the visual plus the storytelling that we're used to telling here at CBS.
This is just incredible, and just to be able to experience it in this type of format too is so new and different.
Yeah,
oh, there
and
you
so
are.
now we are, look at that. So it feels like
Okay.
you're in the conversation with them, right? It doesn't feel like you're watching it from the sidelines. You really are right there. What does that feel like? You've seen it in 2D. How does it feel with this 3D technology? By the way, you're watching it
Oh, here we
on one of
go.
the latest sort of goggles. It's by HTC. It's called Vive XR. Elite, and
Wow.
you can watch it with any goggles. By the way, if you're at home and you don't have the goggles, you can totally
Sorry.
still watch it in 360. All you have to do is take that phone and literally sort of, it's like a portal into another world. It is very trippy, but an
Yeah.
amazing way to watch it.
I was just
right?
going to say that in that moment, I thought I was going to fall over because I thought I was going to go into a tree. I'm going to take these off.
Sure.
Because I'm actually starting to feel a little dizzy. Wow, that was. I felt like I was up there.
Yeah.
I really thought I was about to fall into that
Yeah,
tree.
we're trying to figure this out. This is a whole new language. We're still
Yeah.
figuring it out, but it's such an incredible technology, and we thought, let's check this out. Let's see how we can tell these stories in a different way.
Absolutely, and then people can just do this at home too. It's
Yes.
not just a me and studio thing. So definitely
Yes.
check this out.
You have to go to KPIX.com. There's a link there. You can watch it with your goggles. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it on your laptop. Just use that mouse and just sort of move the video around.
And I loved the story you did last week in the forest. It was so beautiful.
you.
And when I went home, I don't have the goggles, and I watched it that way. And it was also just as dynamic as
in the
well.
2D
just
version.
being able to still explore.
Yes, because it still get the 360 sort
Yes.
of experience.
It was just great. So what do you have for us next week? Because this is a whole series of stories.
Yeah, so next week is going to be a spectacular story. You know, we've seen these cars all over San Francisco.
Yes.
I initially thought they were, cars to sort of map around San Francisco. No, these are the driverless car, the latest technology. We are going to take you in that car, and you're going to feel what it's like to sit in a car that does not have a driver, and we take you on a ride throughout San Francisco. Don't miss it.
Okay, that's going to be an experience because I've been wondering what that feels like. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
I was too, and it was like being in a Disney ride.
I can see that. Okay, I'm looking forward to that next week because I have a feeling I'm the one that's going to be putting on these goggles again for that. And Gianna, you know that I've been freaked out of those cars, so this is going to be interesting.
And a lot of people are very curious about that, especially how it's going to navigate with unexpected situations that
And
happen.
we talk about all that, by the way, in the piece.
Oh, great.
Very
Okay.
interesting. Okay.